10 questions to ask your business attorney. Number one, what type of entity should I be structured as? Should I be an LLC, a corporation, an S corporation, or some sort of hybrid of an LLC that's taxed as an S corporation? Number two, how am I protecting my personal assets? This is really important because you need to understand what an LLC will protect or what a corporation will actually protect. There are some things that will fall outside of protection from that's given to you from your LLC or your entity. Number three, what contracts do I need in order to do my business, and what provisions in those contracts are really critical for me? Whether it's intellectual property, whether it's having a warranty provision, there are really specific provisions that are needed for your business. And those are custom things that you shouldn't just pull off the internet. They really center around the type of business that you're providing. Number four, what are my obligations as an employer? This hinges a lot on your employer size. How many employees does your company employ? Are they part-time, full-time, and how are you counting those? If the number is less than 15, you have a lot less risk than if you have 15 full-time and part-time employees that you are employing. Number six, how do I protect my intellectual property? If you're a clothing brand or you're some other brand where name is really critical, protecting your intellectual property and making sure that you've got a trademark for your name as early as possible is pretty critical. It might not be nearly as critical if you're just providing professional services. So whether or not you have intellectual property issues, that's something you want to talk about on the front end with your business attorney. Number six, what licenses and permits do I need to operate my business and be compliant in either my city or my state? If you are in Orleans Parish versus being in St. Tammany Parish, there are different licenses and permits that you're going to need to operate your business. Do you need a liquor license? Do you need a gaming license? All of those individual licenses are governed both at the state level, but also at the parish or city level. Number seven, what insurance should I carry? Now, I'm not an insurance broker, but you certainly need to understand what insurance is for and what type of insurance policies cover what. There is no substitution for a really good insurance broker, but an attorney can help you talk through and give you the right questions to ask your broker. And you should be using a broker, not an agent. So if you don't know the difference between those two, you need to discuss that with your business lawyer. Number eight, how do I handle disputes without going to court? Let's face it, nobody wants to go to court, and if you do so, you're most likely going to be out of pocket substantial amount of money. So we need to be making sure that we're structuring the business in the way that we avoid court at all costs. Do we have a mediation clause? Do we have an arbitration clause? Are we getting payment from the client on the front end rather at some other place that we end up being upside down in our relationships? Those are things that your business lawyer should be able to talk through with you. Number nine, how do I think through a future exit? And how do I think through investors or bringing on additional capital? Those are questions that you need to really think about on the front end if you're planning on doing a substantial amount of future investment or selling the business at an early stage. Number 10, what tax strategies should I be employing and should I be considering? And that all is dependent upon where you are with the business. If the business is making a bunch of money and we need to think through ways to minimize your tax liability, that's one conversation. If you are really looking at keeping your expenses lean and mean and living on a startup budget, we don't really need to think about tax strategies until we get to a place that we have an abundance of revenue that we are looking to take every last dollar home to our families with. These are the 10 questions that you want to ask your business attorney. We almost always talk through all of these questions on our initial lift sessions. So book one today, and we're looking forward to talking to you.